crap. I don't know who left the doggone freezer door open, but wow. 32 degrees. Mirror saying ice. And this time I'm afraid I believe it, because the whole outside of all three of my vehicles are frozen up, including the window. You didn't come on when I turned the truck on. You can't come on now. Got me a 5-inch adapter for my for my grinder, so that I can finish grinding the paint on the Tahoe and get it ready to be painted up soon. Got me another one of these lights. Lights up bright enough on the end to do some serious damage to people's eyes at night. But it's the 200 and I forget how many lumens, 230 lumens I think for this part. Then you got the single LED at the top. It may be more than that. I think it was 4 something for this one, if I remember right. Been sitting here almost 10 minutes and my windshield's still frozen up, because I don't put anything on it. I need to put some cardboard or something across it. But 368-681-838 magnetic slim bar folding rechargeable LED. Now, the thing I like about these is these use the same kind of batteries that my e-cigarette does, or my e-cigarette mod, whatever you want to call it. It's an 18650 rechargeable. This is not a high drain. It's 3.7 volts, just like mine, but it's only a 14. Wait a minute. Tell there's 8.14 watt hour. I don't have a watt hour rating on my flat top batteries that I use in my e-cigarette. Mine say 3.7 volts, which they're the same, and 40 watts. Now, why they have to say watts, I have no idea. Because I'm electronically well, I'll put it this way. I know enough about electronics to be dangerous, basically. Except when it comes to computers. Computers, I got dog hair all over me. The computers, I'm usually fairly decent at, so don't have a whole lot of trouble with them. Yeah, these were $39 at Harbor Freight. They weren't on special or anything. It's just, I know these are good lights because of the other one that I got. So, and I'm planning on doing this back at my neighbor's. That's where I'm getting ready to head. This is the seafoam that you put into your intake manifold. Let it rest on this part when you seal it back up again, and then you spray this while the vehicle's running, and everything's connected so that your airflow meter is in place, and all that's doing exactly like it's supposed to, and not getting affected by this being in there. Because like this truck and my white one, neither one of them have the vacuum plug on the power brake booster, because they're set up completely different. So we're gonna do this deal, since Seafoam has taken the time and done the research to put something like this together to make sure that you've got a way to keep your internals on your vehicle clean. And after the way the Tahoe turned out, when we took that intake off of it, as clean as it was in there, there's no way in the world anybody's going to tell me this does anything but keep those motors clean and running well. So that spoke volumes for this. I got the regular Seafoam too, but I put it in the gas tank with a full tank of gas. Oh, it's almost melted off. But I put it in there with almost a full tank of gas, and it does really, really good. Now I used to, because the Tahoe has that plug that I can pull out of the power brake booster, and just stick it right in the top of the can. It would just suck all the cleaner out of the can right into the intake, and it of course dispersed all throughout the motor and kept that thing just spotless. So I was not in the slightest bit mad that there's like a couple little specks of particles of carbon on the internal part of that upper plenum of the intake on that Tahoe when we took it apart like that. That was way cleaner than I expected it to be, even with the Seafoam. Well, right now I'm headed over to my neighbor's, so let's get this thing in gear and get over there. I'm supposed to be over there this morning, but I've been feeling like crud all day, so here we go. Alright, how's it going? Well, decided to do a little maintenance, because my blue Escalade has been kind of throwing me all over the road here lately. And I've not been able to figure out why. So, come over here to my buddy Michael's, my neighbor, put him up on his lift, and got up under here and got looking. Ball joints are all pumped up, got a lot of grease in them. Shook them, they're all nice and tight. Same with these tie rod ends and steering arms. All this is, well, these are depleted, but they just need more grease in them. They're actually all there. But nothing that would make the vehicle steer funny or lean into turns funny or anything like that. Of course, it does still have torsion bars, which I find kind of weird since it's only a two-wheel drive. See, that little silver plate right there is where your all-wheel drive hooks up on each side. And I got a big old gaping hole here where mine would be. And it's not there. Of course, it's not back there either. Tires are pretty bad, but they're wore on the outside of both of them. So I'm thinking the torsion bars need to kind of be tore down a little bit or backed off a little bit. And of course I got the obligatory Silverado little cheapo Silverado spare rim for a tire. Everything looks alright there. But look at this here shock. See this right here? It's supposed to be part of this right here. It's not doing so good. And the other side's the same way. That could very well be why I'm getting thrown all over the road regularly. But the weird thing is, it hasn't thrown a code about the ride control yet. My white one isn't near that bad, and I've gotten the code for it already. So this is the compressor right here. It may actually be gone too. I might have to replace compressor and the shocks on this one, and just the one or the other on the, or just the shocks on the light one. I got to looking because when I go to fill this thing up at the gas station, it'll pump, well, maybe a liter or so maybe, and it shuts off. So I got to thinking things are kind of kinked up under here. And I followed the lines around. They're not kinked. So my only other observation would be that since they're not kinked, that hose or one of the other return hoses is probably swollen up inside to where it just won't allow everything to flow through it like it's supposed to. Well, flashlight's trying to go on vacation on me here. Now, I don't know what kind of size rear end this is, but that looks awful small for anything real tall for a rear end gear. And this thing will fly. But I don't know that much about these either, so this is a whole new breed, so I'm learning all over again. All I know is this one does not have all-wheel drive. Dadgum, that is a pretty beefy drive shaft though. Look at that. Doggone 5-inch drive shaft. Alright then, neighbor's in the house, and I'm hearing what sounds like somebody out there jumping up and down on this truck out in the yard outside. Anyway, as you see, not a speck of rust under here, nowhere. Well, unless you count this little surfacey stuff here. But actually you can clean that off. See? And this is the side that's been wrecked. Of course, none of it was really bent, except this right here, and I did that backing over a piece of the trailer. Oh, yeah, I've got to get all these put on too. And I've got them, but of course they're in the truck up on the lift, so. And I'm not tall enough to reach them. What they are these parking sensors. These things. I've got all 4 of them. I don't have the sensors with me, but I've got the little mounts that go in there. So I'm gonna put those back on it. Yikes. See, no rust over here at all either. Nice little place to put a transfer case, don't you think? Looks like I might be having to do a little muffler work soon. This would be a good time to have, oh, they're still using AC Delco filters. Cool. But this would be a good time to have the knowledge of what that Silverado that was sitting next to me at the gas station had in it for a muffler. Because that thing sounded so good. Nice deep, deep drone. Well, they got this on here. Guess they're expecting somebody to go ding jumping or something with this thing. Holy cow. That's not what it's made for. It's a luxury truck. Or supposed to be. I guess it could have gone either way because It's more like a Tahoe than anything. God, I can't believe all the more treads on those tires. I gotta get those replaced soon. But anyway, that's the long and short of it. And she needs a good bath, because these tires and these rims are like mirrors normally. I don't care. You know, I'm not washing the whole thing. It no sense in just scrubbing a piece of it off just to show you. But I still love this color. That is the craziest color I've seen in a long time. I did check the tires, the bearings and everything while I had it up in the air too. They all seem to be beautiful. But the shocks, not so much, as you saw. So, need 4 new shocks, 2 for the back of this one, 2 for the back of the white one, and 2 for the, I might as well do all 4, put them all at the same time, that way I can keep track of when they were replaced and when they weren't. Get the front ones put on this one too. I don't think the front ones are as bad as the back, but I know what I need, so. So actually it'll be 4 shocks for this one, 4 shocks for the white one, and 2 compressors. Because neither one of the compressors kick on either. That's going to be kind of on the costly side. The good thing is the compressors are really easy to get to, and they're not super expensive. They're a lot more than I want to pay for one, but not so much that I can't afford to replace it. The average Joe can't. Anyway, so yeah, that's the fun. Can you guys hear that? I swear it sounds like somebody out there just beating the crap out of his vehicles. Oh shoot, I didn't even grab my flashlight. That was very good. About to crush my $40 light. Brand new one. But now to get her all, now that I know what it needs for sure, get her all cleaned up and taken care of to where it's not throwing me all over the road every time I try to drive this stupid thing. I wonder why the fronts don't do that. I'll never forget seeing this thing on that Copart page, and it looking like it was like a Confederate gray blue color. My God, it sure don't look that color now. Pretty. Mostly just because it's odd. Not something that you see on all of them. There's a few out there like this. Matter of fact, last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, there was a 2006, which this is an 05. 2006 on Facebook here locally that had the chromed out grill that had the fins, the straight up and down fins on it. Same color and everything, but it was an 06 with a different grill. And it didn't have the DVD player in it. Evidently that was a very limited option. A lot of folks didn't care about that or whatever, because there was an 05 like this that had 198,000 on it that was on at the beginning of October. Yeah, that was same year, everything, just it had 198,000 miles on it instead of the 148 that this one had. And they were trying to get 8,000 for theirs also. So I felt pretty confident it should hold its value pretty good. The one 2 weeks ago, the 2006, they wanted 10,000 for theirs, but I think it had 136,000 on it. It's in the same shape. Of course, it didn't have a salvage title for it like this one does. And there's my little salvage title sticker right there below the door jamb sticker. I need to roll this sucker forward so I can, yeah. I've color coded my key fobs. They started offering them in different colors now, so the blue one goes to the blue Escalade. Hers is gray, but they didn't have a gray one, so I got a camouflage keychain that's mostly gray, and that's what hers is in. And they don't make one in white either, so the black one's for my white truck. And the Dodge doesn't get a key fob. It don't have keyless entry. Yeah, don't worry about it running and being in here, so I'm not going to be in here very much longer. Especially not with all that crap going on outside. What the heck? Alright. The riddle has been solved. I just opened the door and got to looking out. That little car right there, the one closest to us, company. That's what I was hearing. I kind of wondered when I come out and that white porch light was on the end of the porch there. Usually just the one next to the door is. I'm about to run right into Michael's green truck. I'm sure he would not appreciate that very much, even though both our paints match. That don't mean we need to smash them together. Pretty sure he'd appreciate me taking the extra time to get the heck away from his truck. There we go. Now I brought my trailer over here too, but there's no way we're doing anything with the trailer tonight. Now I'll show you what I got going with it. First off, I'll tell you, the jack on my trailer broke off. Ooh, how'd that get zoomed out or zoomed in so far? Alrighty, here we go, here we go. And of course, I'm not gonna interrupt his time with his company. Get out and shut these doors and go to the house. I was supposed to be over here earlier today, and I got a feeling like crap and just didn't show up. Of course, I passed out. That was a big thing. That didn't help matters any. But while I'm still over here, my truck is just roasting. One thing I can never say is that heater's got problems, because it sure does not. Oh, there it is. This is my new trailer jack. See, 8,000 to 8,000 pound landing gear basically. I did not want to put another 5,000 pound jack on it, and I was going to get an electric one, but all the more I use it lately, I didn't feel justified spending almost another $100 for a jack when I could just get a beefier trailer jack to begin with, and that'd probably suffice. So anyway, that's all for now. I'll pack this thing up, shut this light off. Ooh, he's been getting a lot of good use out of my topside creeper. Good deal. That's what I bought it for. Didn't buy it for it to sit here and collect dust and look pretty. I had somebody ask me one time, said, well, he's gonna get it all tore up and nasty, and I was like, yeah, and when he does, I'll buy another one. See, this is what I consider a collaborative shop. A lot of these tools, yeah, they're mine, but I don't have a shop like so to put all my tools in. He does. I can use them over here. He's never, I mean, unless he's got something going, some project or something going, he's never denied me access to the shop. I am envious, highly so, but hopefully for too much longer, I'll have my own shop in the making, and I won't have to rely on him being busy or not busy or having something going over here. Of course, I'm also not gonna be spending the kind of money he did on his shop either. He's got 6-inch floors front to back on that place, and it's 20 by 50, I want to say 24 by 50, something like that, and with 12 foot ceilings and 6-inch thick concrete floors. So essentially, if he wanted to take that lift and move it anywhere in that shop, he could plant it wherever he wanted to plant it. Now, personally, I think I'd have to isolate all the tools to one side or one spot in the shop, not spread them all around the walls like he did. Now, I'm not saying that that's wrong. That's the way he likes it. That's his shop. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying, if it were my shop, I would have it set up like a tool crib, and all the tools would be in the tool crib. Now, your creepers and hoists and all the other gadgetry type stuff that helps you do the jobs, that would be either in another room or stacked up along the wall. I'd have to build another separate shop, a small one, for the home stuff. You see, his shop's a general shop for everything: cars, working on the house, the yard, you name it. That's not what I'm looking to do. If I'm gonna have a shop, it's gonna be a car shop. If I need stuff for the home, I'll have another building attached. It'll be just for the house and the yard type stuff. And in case you're wondering why I'm going so slow, it's because on my way over here with the trailer, I dropped a cinder block, which looks like it's sitting right in the middle of Michael's driveway. Yikes. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't come ripping through here like I usually do. That could have got ugly. Alrighty. If I hadn't have seen it by the time I got here, I would just have assumed that it had fallen off somewhere else, because I hadn't heard any cars riding up and down our road here hitting anything like that. So I assumed it was either still in my yard or on his driveway somewhere. Now, I came down his driveway kind of slow, but everything's covered in ice right now. I do mean everything. Even this truck, even though it's been in the warm garage for a couple hours now, even it's still covered in ice. Oh, Daddy Tech package. Oh, what's this? Another Daddy Tech package. Trump. All the Trumpy junk mail. I would not vote for that sucker. Saved my life this time. I still like the fact that he's done all he's done, but I no longer care a thing about the man. Reason being, now you guys are gonna hate this, but it's got to be said. And I'm not in any way, shape, form, or fashion in support of these things either. When Trump banned or signed his legislation to ban the bump stocks the other day, he committed a crime. And the stupid NRA, which I'm no longer going to be a part of either, was right there along with him going, yep, okay. Sounds good, we'll do that. Yep. No. You won't. Neither one of you are going to get away with it, because it's unconstitutional. You cannot have somebody buy a product. Let's avoid the whole fact that it's the bump stock for a second. You cannot have a consumer buy a product, pay taxes out the wazoo on that product, and then turn around and try to get it deemed illegal. Now, if one of us did that, that's theft by conversion. The fact that Trump's done that and the NRA is backing him for doing it, it's Tuesday. And that's not how that's supposed to work. You can't let somebody purchase something legally, then tax them for it. On top of that, heavily tax them because it's a weapon or a part of a weapon, and then take it away from them. Just snatch it out of their hands and destroy it or put it in a stockpile or whatever for yourself. That's theft. That's theft by conversion, like I said. You can't do that. That's just wrong. The fact that he done it and then he doubled down on it on Twitter, which I could care less about his Twitter. That man's an idiot when it comes to Twitter. But I will give him the credit. Still, to this day, I don't like the man. I don't like the way he acts. I don't like his demeanor. But I've got to give it to him still. Everything that he said he was going to do, he has done. The exception of the wall and Obamacare, of course. But those, he didn't have that kind of control to begin with. I don't know why he'd make those claims and people listened to him or believed him. I believed he was going to try to do something about Obamacare because it was needed. And he did try to do something several times with the wall and keeps getting shut down at every turn, which is fine. We don't need the wall. That's not how the people are getting here anyway. You're letting them walk across the border or fly in on planes and just never leave. And you don't enforce them having to leave. That's where the immigration problem comes in. That's how they keep getting back in the country. It's not going to keep walking back over the border. That's not it at all. Yeah, okay, maybe 2% do that. The other 98% are just walking across the border on average every day, just day visa or whatever, and just never going back. Or flying here on vacation and never going back. So, anyway, that's all I've got for now. Tried not to make it about my Dodge again because I was getting bored watching that, so I know you guys were. But this is what we got going on now. Fixing to have to do a lot of shock replacement on that white one and this blue Escalade. Both the air compressors, now they're exactly the same, so I doubt I'm going to show you both of them. Probably won't even show you both shock absorbers other than to show you the difference in the damage between the ones on this truck that I just showed you and the ones on that white one. The damage on that white truck, it's got two little pinholes. Well, they're not pinholes. They're about the size of a little smaller than a dime on each of the back shocks. This one, the whole dang shock's just blown completely the heck out. But that explains why it's throwing me all over the road like it's doing too. So, anyway, I didn't even drink my Dr. Pepper over there. Oh, that's not Daddy Tech's package. Yeah, it is. That's for my safe driving. For my. Why'd they send me another pack of them? They think I'm going to put 4 more on another vehicle? Well, it feels like there's only one. Maybe they think they forgot one or something. Hope they don't think I'm going to insure my Tahoe with them, too. I'm not. I know what these are without even seeing them. my home work light batteries. I ordered 12 of them. And they could not have come in at a more beautiful time. Yeah, baby. 25.76 mAh battery. 41.3 amp. 9.53 watt hour. Now, these are supposed to be the top of the line battery. Everybody's swearing by these. Now, my thing is, every time somebody swears by them, I get them and I wind up killing them quickly. Because I'm what you would call, even in a very jovial, happy type manner, a heavy vapor. It's a heck of an understatement, in fact. I'll leave my little tripod light out here. That thing is just as neat as it can be. I've shown y'all this before, but in the last video, this is another one of those under the hood lights. And it folds in half, or you can fold it out straight and just have it straight across. Got the little hooks on it to hook on each side of the fender. And if they don't reach far enough, you can untwist each one of these bottoms, and they've got these little bungee cord type deals in them. Or you can open this thing up. Now these parts here, as you see, twist. See that? Just twisted it like a 45 right there. I thought that was neat in itself. And you can bend it out straight like so. Takes those LEDs a while to shut off. And then basically the base of it slides into there, and this is a little tripod that'll stand up and hold it wherever you want it to be held at. Now, I should have grabbed two of these when I saw them, because I bought this one at Sam's on, I want to say it was Black Friday, but it wasn't, because I didn't go anywhere Black Friday. It was Saturday for $34. And they have them in there. I saw them today. They had moved them from the aisle that they were on out to one of the center displays, and they're now $39, $4 more. And I may still get another one, just so that we can stand them up and have like two of them, like one on each side of the front of the car facing back. I mean, they're just neat. Be able to have them the set up like that, that's pretty neat. So I may get another one to where there's two, but we'll see. I'm not made of money, so kind of trying to keep things at a low keel here. But yeah, that's kind of stupid. Send me two more safe driving hockey pucks, thinking I'm gonna put them on and use them, and you don't know that for a fact, because I don't have two more vehicles. Anyway, that's all I got for today. That's all I got for today. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you would, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. I know I'd appreciate it. And I am getting back into the swing of things a little better. Even though I've got several videos that I've got to edit and post before this. I'm falling behind big time. But since I know most of what I need to do, but the only thing I've got actual parts to do is the brakes on that thing, the white one. I may slip over there and do the brakes tomorrow if Michael's not tied up with something over there. If he is, of course, I'll just basically wait my turn. But I mean, I've got a vehicle. This one will go, but or my diesel will go. My diesel, the only problem I've got with it is I figured this out. I just started doing it last night. The RPM gauge would go up and hang up in like 3,500 to 4,000 range, and it'd just stick there. And I'd let off the gas or let off the throttle and just let it coast down to like 50 or 60, and the tack still hung up 35, 4,000. I'm like, surely not. I reached up and just smacked the dash in it. So I may wind up having to replace my gauge for that for the tachometer in there, but I don't really use it for much anyway. The only thing I've used it for at all is just watching the RPMs as I'm driving down the highway, which is mostly what it's for anyhow. So I don't know. But that's all I got for now. Like I said, I'll try and get those brakes done, and they're all disc brakes, so all it is a matter of taking the caliper loose and prying the wheel cylinder back into the caliper like it's supposed to be, and then just swapping the pads out and putting it back together, and away you go. Nothing real hard or complicated about it. Nothing you probably haven't seen 50 million times before on other people's channels, but if you want, I'll make a video of it too. I'm not that ignorant that I'd deny people something like that. But anyway, that's all I've got for now. I thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to, leave a comment down below. I do answer every single comment that I have. And I will see you again soon on the next one.